here we go again. So, on my way home from work, during which time I like to listen to a radio show, which is why you don't often hear from me on my way home from work. But today, after work, I went to Strassner's Bakery. They have quiche that Walt likes for breakfast. And in keeping with my customs, I don't give him the same thing on consecutive meals. So one quiche will serve breakfast to him for 7 days. Which means I get a little bit of a break of trying to cook or come up with something for him for breakfast on 4 days. And although he will eat the ham and cheese or the sausage and cheese, I usually get him meat lovers. That's our first choice. I say our, like I eat it. Couldn't tell you the last time I had a piece of one. But it's your typical 9-inch pie pan, and I cut 8 even pieces, 2 per meal, with the typical fresh fruit and a little cup of ketchup, which goes so well with it. Anyway, so today I drove over there after work and went in and was surprised to see they had several. They don't often have more than 1 or 2. And I thought, oh, maybe people have started to buy this more than they had previously. And I'm not the only one that thinks it's their best one. And they have all the typical flavors that you would expect to have in quiche, with mushrooms and peppers and blah, 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 all this other stuff. But it's stuff that Walt wouldn't eat. And frankly, I probably wouldn't either. Sausage and peppers, I probably would. That actually sounds good. Some cheddar cheese. Anyway. So, I got it home. I just started kind of getting everything else together. I had taken everything out of the fridge for his breakfast and for dinner to go in the crock pot when he came out. Normally I have to wake him up. Today he was up, or got up, while I was getting things ready. So I gave him his coffee and his pre-coffee chews, which are 2 of them are like an immune support thing, and another one is a Prevagen. Maybe I need Prevagen. It's supposed to help with your memory. I think it does help him. Times that I allowed myself to run out of it, I felt like I could tell a difference. Anyway, whether I could or not, that's what I give him. And while he's getting that, I get his fruit together. Actually, I've already got the fruit ready because I know it won't be long. But then the fruit gives me a couple minutes to do what else I need to do for his breakfast before he's ready to eat anything else. And the quiche, if you put it in the microwave for 2 minutes on 50% power, it comes out just right. So I take his fruit in there, I start to cut the quiche, and I'm seeing something that doesn't look quite right. And I cut one through the center, bisect it. Doesn't look quite right, but I'm not sure. Turn it 90 degrees. Do another bisective cut. Yeah, this isn't right. Turn it again, 45 degrees. Do another bisective cut. And it's spinach. Pull a piece out. Yeah. Full of spinach. I'm sure there's cheese in there too. But when you don't like cooked spinach, it just looks like 15 pounds of spinach. And a little aggravated. Double check, make sure. Yep, label says meat lovers. Can't blame the lady who got it for me, rang me up. And I'm not blaming anyone, although clearly there is someone to blame. Most likely the person who put the label on. I guess the person who made it might have mislabeled it for the person who actually puts the label on if it's 2 different people. But anyway, now we're just nitpicking. So, it's pointless. Nobody in the house is going to eat this. And it's $22. $22 Yeah, it's kind of a lot. However, it's 4 meals. I spend almost that much to get him a meal at Bojangles for breakfast, or spend way more than that to get him a bagel at Broadway Bagels. So, anyway, so I call them, tell them what happened. Kind of halfway hoping they'll say, just keep it, we'll get you another one. Because I'm sure I could give it to somebody. Maybe Sarah and her parents would eat it. I don't know. Somebody would eat it. And, you know, kind of as a, hey, we're sorry you had to make your way back, or you didn't get what you wanted. So, but they didn't. So I'm taking it back. Now, will they throw me a bone? I don't know. It would be nice. I'm not asking them to. I won't cry about it if they don't. But, you know, if you're asking somebody to drive back, they don't know how far away I live or how long it takes me or what else I need to be doing right now besides driving back to a store I was just at. But it would be nice if they said, hey, can we throw in, we know you like this. The lady who often helps me, she didn't today, she calls me the sugar-free brownie guy because that's normally what I get when I go in there. Except as of late, Waltz decided he doesn't care for those like he used to. I think they're great, but I don't get them just for me. Because they're not cheap either. Strasser's is not cheap, but you get what you pay for. Most of the time. Today, not so much. But anyway. So that's why I'm back out again. I also may, while I'm out, look at my Upside app to see if I can get gas somewhere with a little more of a discount. So if you don't use the Upside app, what are you waiting for? Because it's free money back in your pocket. It's not really free money back in your pocket. It's money stays in your pocket that otherwise wouldn't have. So you open the app, and of course, if you have locations turned on your phone, or I guess even if you don't, it knows where you live or whatever. It will tell you the gas stations around you, if that's what you want. You can also, there's a restaurant section, and there's, I don't know, other sections on there. But I usually just check the gas stations. And they will list offers at local gas stations for X amount of cents back per gallon. And it's almost always like somewhere between 10 and 13 cents. Which, you know, I got a big truck with a big tank. And if I let the gas get down a little lower, that's kind of a nice reward. I haven't cashed in yet, but currently I think I'm sitting on almost $30. And there's numerous ways you can cash it in, but like I said, I haven't yet. My friend Sarah cashed in recently and was able to get herself a very nice pair of sunglasses for a significant decrease in price by cashing in on her what's it called? Inside. Up. And shit, now I just forgot what the hell it's called. Upside. Yeah, there you go. Anyway. So, yeah, it's worth a try. Maybe I should put a link and get some people to do it. Based on my recommendation, give me a little bit of a break. Anyway, look for it. It's worth it. Logo's like a little blue and green circular logo with an arrow pointing up or something. I don't remember exactly. So yeah, earlier when I stopped at the gas station that I most often stop at, the offer was for 1 cent per gallon. I thought, damn, that kind of sucks. So I didn't get gas. I didn't need it right away. I still have a quarter of a tank now, and my truck tells me I have 100 miles before I'm empty. And I don't really drive all that much. Unless I'm going back and forth to Spartanburg. Boy, I was going through it then. So anyway, yes, I'll double check while I'm out and see if anybody has a better offer than 1 cent per gallon. I'm also not opposed to getting some scratch-offs while I'm out. I bought scratch-offs yesterday and never scratched them. So watch me buy some today, and they're all losers, and I'll go home and eventually scratch the ones I bought yesterday, and it'll be a big winner. I could have told the Cosmos to suck it. But anyway, I guess I should put my glasses on. Sorry for the view of my armpit there. All right, I guess that's all. I just wanted to explain why I'm back out and about and living like a rock star. Okay, so I just went to put my videos together for today, and I must have deleted some. so, so you've got, I think, about 10 minutes of me rambling while I'm going back to Stroessner's. So today was Wednesday, and I worked, and I was on my way to work this morning talking about my day ahead and not knowing what the day would be like. And it was kind of like a normal Wednesday, so work wasn't all that unusual today. And I went after work to get a quiche at Stroessner's and brought it home and started to cut into it. And it was not a meat lover's quiche. It was a spinach quiche. My father and I don't eat the quiche very, very, very rarely. I couldn't tell you the last time I had any of it, but I wouldn't eat it, and he won't eat spinach quiche. So for a $22 9-inch quiche, I thought, I'm taking this back. I called them, told them what happened. They said, bring it back. They did not, however, go out of their way to, well, they apologized. I guess that's all I can really ask for. It would have been nice if they threw me some kind of bone, because that's a heck of a drive to cover up their error, or recover from their error. But anyway, that's well and good and said and done and said and whatever. And then flopped in the TV to watch Jeopardy from last night. And of course, as normal on a work day, when I sit down to watch TV, I go to sleep. And I woke up in time to watch Manchester City thoroughly defeat Leeds. But you got to give it to Leeds. They never give up. They fight hard. Jesse Marsch has them playing well. I sure wish he was the coach of the men's national team. But he's not. And then I came to the garage and did a 10K row, which put me into the 10 million meter club by 1,920, or some stupid number. I crossed the 10 million plateau. And that felt good. And I mean, the 10K didn't, because it was slow and it was a little excruciating today. But that's normal for the day after back day to row like that on the day after back day. Sometimes it's a little tiresome. And then I decided to not do anything else. I had dinner in the crock pot. I did a roasted, a whole fryer, a whole roast chicken. And I do it in the crock pot. And it's, I hate to waste meat, because nobody in this house is going to eat dark meat either, or legs, to be honest. I will pick out some meat that doesn't look quite so dark and try to pass it off. But, you know, buy yourself a whole fryer. Buy yourself a quart of chicken stock. I use no salt added stock. And then celery, carrots, and onions, pepper. Put some pepper in there. And the longer the better. I got about 8.5 hours today. Juicy as hell, falling apart, and it's almost like Thanksgiving dinner kind of. So it did stuffing, corn, and green beans. Jarred gravy, because Walt has to have gravy on all that kind of shit. Actually, I had some gravy too, which is unusual. I had stuffing, which is unusual. But like I said, it was after a 10K, so I didn't feel too bad about it. And I had a lot of chicken. More chicken than I normally would. Because it was so damn good. And I was hungry. I didn't eat much today. I just kind of got distracted, which, you know, who am I? When have I ever been too distracted to eat food? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I had a protein bar and some cashews for breakfast. I had one or two little hunks of, I think one cantaloupe and one honeydew when I was making Walt's. 2 sugar-free shortbread cookies, which, you know, they're nothing. And so by dinner time at 7:15 or whatever time it was, we eat late. I was starving. I guess I just didn't eat a whole lot today. That's good, I guess. And I didn't talk a whole lot about helping my friend yesterday. Her mother lives here in town. She doesn't. I guess I did talk about it. Anyway, sweet friend, lifelong friend. Good to catch up with her. finally got started on some of the VA stuff I got to get done. I got called again yet today from the VA. I don't know why they keep calling. I guess they're just making sure I'm still interested in the caregiver program. And I told them that has to be on the back burner for me because I've got the fiduciary stuff I have to do as well. The VA is relentless. I know they're just protecting the veterans, but damn is it annoying. They told the very first visit 7+ years ago that they sent somebody out here to the house, and he told a couple horror stories of family members just basically robbing the veteran blind. And the one that sticks in my head, the veteran had not registered or applied for his benefits in a timely manner, so there was a massive amount of back pay that he was due, and the person handling his money just took it upon themselves to use that back pay to buy themselves a Corvette. And I get it, but I'm not driving a Corvette. I sold my vehicle. I sold his vehicles to buy a 8-year-old truck. It wasn't 8 when I bought it, but you get my point. And I'm putting my own money in renovations of this house that's his, and I clean all manner of mess behind him and feed him and give him his shots and his pills and shave him and change his sheets and do his laundry. And it's like, really? You really think I'm going to steal his money? I still work. Would I get up at that god-awful hour to go to work if I just was going to steal his money? I have my own money. I wish I didn't have to do the thing. And it's just tedious. That's all it is. I could have been done weeks and weeks ago when it was actually due. I'm probably 6 weeks past due, maybe longer. And I do this to them every year, and they always handle it for a while. They are okay with it, and then they aren't. So I haven't heard from them yet. I mean, I got another reminder in the mail, but they'll call soon if I don't get it done. My computer wouldn't cooperate. None of the bank statements would print. My bank was supposed to be sending me paper statements, and they did for about 4 months, and then they stopped. And I wasn't careful enough to look at the difference between the envelope of a mortgage statement and a checking statement. And so I don't have the banking statements, so now I'm having to print 8 months worth off, which is kind of a pain in the ass. And then my printer wouldn't cooperate. But my friend Sarah took care of it, thankfully, gratefully. And I'll get that stuff done, hopefully mailed this weekend. And then I can finish the caregiver program. They have this class I have to do online, and it's tedious because it's stupid. I mean, it's basic. I shouldn't say it's stupid. It's basic common sense, a lot of it. And like I said, I've been his caregiver for 7.5 years. I think there's probably a whole lot better caregivers out there than me that would not be able to handle him. Not like I've been able to so far. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so that's I just started rambling again because I just wanted to try to remember what all I talked about in the videos that I apparently deleted or lost, or I don't know what I did. Maybe I didn't take the videos. Maybe I just thought I did. And now it's 11:15 and I'm really tired. So, in spite of the fact that I've slept a little bit in my chair, I also have been up for a really long time. So I'm going to go take a shower and go to bed. See you tomorrow.